And we just updated you on the situation in Haiti. So joining us now on Prime is Haitian journalist James Pierre, who's been covering news in Haiti and in South Florida for nearly 20 years. Nice to have you back. We spoke with you last week. It has now been just over 2 weeks since the earthquake. Thousands of people now confirmed dead, hundreds missing. What are you hearing from the people on the ground today?
And of course, the situations remain dire for many families. They are asking for help, desperate help. Remember that the roads of Haiti are really impassable now, especially for the southwestern part of Haiti, where many cities are impacted by the earthquake. Local authorities, they believe that there are still dead bodies under the collapsed buildings and homes. And now there's another fear where they believe that citizens, the survivors, may want to go back to the collapsed houses. Very difficult situations right now in Haiti, especially in an area called Jérémie, where they're still waiting for the relief operations. They cannot get on the ground yet, and people are still suffering.
And we know that that storm hit this past week with the people left homeless. I can't imagine how devastating that was. I also wanted to ask you about the gangs who have hijacked trucks and stolen supplies. And now one of the most powerful gang leaders in the country, I'm reading, is saying that they have reached a truce and will now help deliver supplies. What's going on in that area?
Absolutely. Now, apparently, the government found a compromise deal, very fresh deal. We don't know how long that's going to last, with some of the gang members in Martissa, where that's the main road leading from Port-au-Prince to the southwestern part of Haiti, especially Les Cayes. Now they try to find a way to get the relief aid to the people on the ground. But so far, many of these trucks and other people going without police security being stopped by gang members. And somehow as well, remember when you're talking about Cayes, you have also some other sections that are very impacted by the earthquake. But so far, they cannot reach the area. People from Les Cayes stop the trucks as well and say, hey, we need to have our goods first before the people from further cities like Jérémie or Beaumont or Martin, for them to finally find something. The other way is the helicopter. But we know that in Haiti, the government doesn't have at least one helicopter. They are waiting on the United States and other countries as well that send a relief team in Haiti to help. But that will take days.
Yeah, and hopefully it gets to the people it's intended for. I want to circle back also to the assassination of President Moise. There is new reporting that he warned his country was a land of coups, conspiracy, and murder in the days before he was shot dead. And he was telling his friends that enemies were out to get him. Did he ever stand a chance in Haiti? And did Haitians see this coming?
They didn't see that coming. They think that probably the president will have a chance to either step down or president will be in exile, but not being murdered, tortured the way that he was assassinated inside of his own residence. Keep in mind as well, hours before the president was assassinated, he made several calls to police officers, other close member of the Haitian force to say, I desperately need help. Like I will die tonight. And they were promising that they will follow through, but help never came for the president. As you know, that he was tortured, murdered inside of his house in front of his wife.
All right, James Pierre, thank you so much for the updates on Haiti. We'll check back in with you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.